What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Corvette Weekly. This is the 100th episode with me, Justin, horsepower obsessed, Steve, protective dad pranks, Jason, front seat driver. Together, we are Vet Syndicate. We bring you the Corvette Weekly news and Corvette Weekly hangouts, basically. That's what we're here to do. And we have done this now 100 times in a row. Yeah, 100, 100 Mondays, basically. That is a long time, and it's crazy to me. I never really thought that it would last this long, even though I really wanted it to. I didn't think that it would, and yeah, it's quite a long running time here, and a lot of you guys, you've been here from the very beginning, and I think that's friggin' awesome. So we have big news tonight. Uh, Outside of the Corvette news, we have big news. Then we also have, of course, our very, very, very huge giveaway. The first time we have ever done a wheel giveaway here on the channel. And yeah, you can win them for a donation of $10 or more, of course. So the more you donate, the better your chances are of winning. And I talked to Dante from E5 Wheels.
E5.
And he has asked us to look at the website a little bit more in depth. So we're going to do that. Tonight, we're going to go over all of the information on the E5 Wheels website because you are going to need to know that. If you do win, you're going to need to know what style you want, what color you want, which car is it for, all of that stuff. So the wheels that you're winning are not something that's predetermined. They're not pre-picked. You get to pick all of the stats of these wheels. We're going to be going over the website. We're going to be going over a bunch of ZR1 news, a bunch of E-Ray news, and just news in general. So the 100th episode, guys, it is a huge deal. Thank you for all of the congrats in the comment section. This is a big deal because these are not easy. These live videos are not easy in the slightest. To get all of us together, with Jason especially having a normal 9 to 5, we'll call it, even though he works a lot more than those hours. To get him on here Monday nights, it's tough. This is very difficult. So that's going to factor into some of our news a little bit later. But for now, I want you guys to understand just how big of a deal this really is. So thank you all for being a part of it because none of it would have happened without you. And yeah, this is 100 episodes. Here's to the next 100 because we're going to be doing bigger and better things moving forward as well. So yeah.
You know, the funny thing is I've never had a relationship that lasted 100 weeks outside of my current marriage. I've never had a relationship last that long.
100 weeks is a long time. A lot of people probably haven't had much of anything that's lasted that long. So
I know.
It's definitely a big deal.
Yeah. You're just used to 30 seconds.
25-ish. So let's see. Larry Anthony.
You almost forgot I was here, right, Steve?
Yeah, that's why I said it. And it's like Amber's probably going, hey, it's 30 seconds. That's 100.
On a good night.
On a good night.
So Larry Anthony asks that we go over the people that are in the drawing currently. Are you able to do that, Steve? Are you able to bring up the names?
To do what? See who's in it?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah, it's easy. I got it right here. So we have 2020 Matrix, AARPM, Darren Burnett, Dave Spence, DBM Racing, Douglas Weaver, Glass City Car Nerd, Larry Anthony, Mark Gorski, and Mr. O. And we had Matt Hurley put 150 in, and he does not want to be put in the drawing. So if you are a Matt Hurley wins all the time, tonight is your night. Matt Hurley will not win tonight. So you should be definitely donating right now if you're on the Matt Hurley always wins thing, because tonight is your night.
Yep. So guys, Matt Hurley always sets a good example here, but just so you know, if you guys aren't interested in the wheels, you don't have to donate to win the wheels. Donations help the channel. They help us make these live videos every week. They help them get them better and better quality wise.
Yeah.
If you want to donate to support the channel, you always can do that. It doesn't have to be just to get entered to win. If you obviously if you send in money to donate to the channel, you'll also be entered to win unless you tell me otherwise.
And speaking of, Steve Roberson already put it in there. I don't know if it's Roberson.
Yep.
I don't know.
We got Steve Robertson's in for $100, so he'll get double entries.
Nice.
Or
no,
yeah, well,
500 is double entries. No,
500 is double entries. That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
so guys, for the wheels, any donations of $10 or more will get you one entry. $100 here in this case is 10 entries. If you give $500, which still saves you around $2,500 off these wheels, that will give you double entries, and no one has done that yet. So if someone does, that person is very likely to win.
That'll give you 100. That's 100 entries. Is it? Yeah.
100 entries. Yep.
It is 100 entries.
We just got another donation. So from Arrest Day, Joey B donates $100, so he gets 10 entries as well.
Got it.
Cleston Griffith. I'm not sure of the username on that one, but he gave $50.
How do you say that or spell it? Give me the first name.
Cleston, Cleston. God, I hate this app sometimes, man.
He gave 50.
Yeah, and then we just got Michael McCurry just sent $100.
Michael McCurry.
Wow, these are coming in quick.
I know. I'm like trying to write these down on paper before I put them in.
Clay Jones donates $20, so he'll get two.
Hey, and these wheels I absolutely love because I have the Speedway and I have the Seberings, and I actually love them, and I get compliments all the time on them.
Yeah, that's the we're gonna go over those in a second because I want to show the website and have everybody very clear on what they'd be getting. In the meantime, Shane's in the house and he tells us that we got 53 people hitting thumbs ups. So
super chat also just came in.
If we could we'd like to hit the 100 by 8 o'clock, so we got about 20 minutes for that. That should be more than enough time. Thank you, Shane, for doing God's work here. DBM Racing says, yep, I thought it would be fun to drop 100, and if I win, give them to someone. So this is exactly the kind of mentality I love to see in the Corvette community in general. But yeah, just, if you win and you don't have a use for it, recycle it to somebody who might. So
yeah, and make a good Christmas present.
That would be birthday. I mean, what car guy wouldn't be excited to come down the stairs and see a set of wheels? Clay Ernest, $9.99, so we'll give him the $10 entry. He gets one entry for the wheels. It's his first time, so welcome to the channel, Clay. Thanks for tuning in.
That's $10, right? Basically.
Yeah. 56 thumbs ups currently. Clay Jones is me, but don't tell nobody. It's a super secret code. Okay, so it's J Clones. All right, I should have known that. I remember that from before. J.R. Griffith says he likes your glasses, Amber.
Thank you.
65 thumbs ups currently. Thanks, Shane. You're, like I said, doing God's work over there. David says, hey, Miss HPO, riding shotgun tonight. Yeah, she's gonna try to get on the live from time to time. For some reason, you guys like to see her on here. I'm not sure why.
Dang, man, come on now.
Yeah. Randall Swanson,
we're including them up till like 2 seconds from now. They need to be Venmos on the wheels, but since you guys already donated that way and we hadn't mentioned it, we will include it, but from here on out they need to be Venmos.
Yeah, so Randall Swanson gives $20, so he'll get 2 entries. If Venmo is always the appreciated version of this, but if you can't do Venmo,
how much is Randall Swanson?
20. Two entries, 20.
Okay, got it.
Track Speed says, Amber, a big thanks for your contribution and support too. How about that? See, they do like you. They do. Like you.
She's prettier than you.
71 thumbs ups currently.
Hey Shane, if you're working, I could take over for tonight.
Oh, is he working?
I don't know. Sometimes he is. So I was just.
Yeah, he is a lot. I mean, goodness.
I'm taking that personally, Bruno. Just so you know. He said she's much prettier than you. I don't know.
Wouldn't it be kind of?
You've never seen Justin in makeup. I have. Okay, no, I have.
That's true. But... That's true. I've only ever showed it to Jason. Sometimes I dress up really nice.
I literally I'm going to tell you guys something that I should probably not and never tell anybody.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
But I bought a dress to wear, for real, back when me and Steve first became friends and were hanging out. I literally, because of how conservative he is and because he's a prankster, I was going to literally go to his house in this dress and knock on his door and have my wife filming it to see his reaction and have him
Oh my
like,
God, you should have done that. Oh my God,
that would have been a blast. I just couldn't do it, man. I just
He
couldn't do it.
literally was sending me photos of him trying dresses on with his wife. Not even joking.
No, she was.
It
I
was
taking
like,
pictures, yeah. She went to a Goodwill and picked some.
because he
junk
showed
up.
me he showed me photos he was trying them on beforehand. I'm like,
I don't
really?
believe this unless I actually see it.
I was gonna say,
You're never
you gotta
gonna
send
see
me this,
it.
Jason.
I need to see it.
I went over to Steve's and burned his phone.
Derek says, "Hey gentlemen, you all do a bang up job. My dad is watching from Indianapolis. I'm watching from
Nice.
somewhere. I'm not gonna mispronounce that.
Somewhere.
Thanks for everything, Justin. Yeah, Derek and I talk a lot on Instagram, so I know his dad is not in the greatest health, and that's unfortunate. So,
Well,
yeah,
we're praying
he's gonna
for him
be.
then.
Derek's got a Z06 coming soon. It's definitely gonna, help him out. So, yeah, just wanted to give him a little shout out there. Shane's off today. He says no side job tonight. All right.
That's a first.
76 thumbs ups. Wow, this podcast is taking a turn. Yeah. Anytime Jason or Steve gets the grabs the steering wheel, basically, it never
Exactly.
it never stays on Corvettes.
Yeah, it's not Jesus take the wheel. It's never that. That's not how it is.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
Let's see. So, okay, we did get a couple more Venmos here. So, Ryan donates $10. I gotta get this app to update. Oh, Dana donates $10. I didn't see him on here, but
Dana on there. Dana actually just got himself a TRX.
yeah, he did. You guys will be seeing that soon. Dana, Dana, Jason from
Carla.
Last year.
He just bought a TRX.
Sweet. I'm jealous.
Kevin Horan donates $50.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, everybody who's donated, guys. You guys are awesome. I'm gonna show. We're gonna talk a little bit more about the wheels, and then we're gonna get into some news. So, oh yeah, that makes sense. I was gonna say I thought you were near Myrtle, but he says whatever that is slang for South Carolina. Yeah, Soph Cac. I'll take your word for it. Shane says, Dana, what's up, buddy? But let's take a look at some wheel information here.
Shane mentioned about meeting up for the Corvette Bash.
Oh yeah, Shane says, "Hey boys, let's mention meeting up for the NCM Bash in April." So again, guys, I'm keeping track of this in my email. So if you want to meet up at the National Corvette Museum Bash, which is at the end of April, we're putting together basically a group of people that's going to meet up. And if you're on the way from PA to Kentucky or from the Chicago area to Kentucky, you can kind of ride along with either me or Shane because we're both coming from those directions. Now, once we get a better idea of how this group's going to look, we can figure out basically who you're going to road trip with. But if you're near, PA, Virginia, West Virginia, Ohio, any of those states, and you'd like to road trip down with me, I have at least one other person two people in the Pittsburgh area that are going to be coming down with me. So let us know.
And E5 Wheels will be at the Bash.
Oh, okay. So E5 Wheels will be there as well. That's cool. Mm-hmm. So you'll get to see, if you won these wheels, you'll get to see them in person. Yep. You'll probably see them well before then anyway. But
did Corey say last week that he's going to be at the Corvette Bash?
Yeah. Paragon Performance will be there as well.
That's what I thought I heard.
Yeah, Ryan, we did get all three. So Ryan was one of the ones who donated $20 during the off time. So outside of the live videos, he donated $20, and then he just donated 10 more. So we have 30 for him altogether.
Got it.
But I want to show the web browser here real quick so you guys can see exactly what it is you could potentially be winning. These are the E5 wheels. This is their website. The big thing is here to note is the differences in their wheels. So the Daytona here comes in titanium brushed, bronze brushed tint, gloss black, and then you have the Sebring option, which is the same colors, as well as the Speedway option in the same colors. Now, as far as I can tell, those are the only colors they offer. I don't know if they offer custom colors. I've never actually seen it. Jason, do you know?
What was the question? I'm sorry. I was reading some.
Do you know if E5 Wheels offers custom colors on their wheels, or is it just the three? The
Yes,
titanium?
they do. If I remember correctly, but there's obviously an additional charge for that.
Yeah. So for the giveaway, I would say we're limited to these three colors. So
Yes.
you got your
Well,
kind of
unless
your
they want to pay the upgrade. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
If you want to pay the upgrade, you could probably get a better or different color, I should say. Because honestly, these are the reason these three colors are offered. If I had to guess, are because these are the three colors that are requested the most often. And I can almost guarantee that that's the case because you got your basic, you know, your like silver, your black, and your gold. That's basically the options that everybody seems to want anyway. So again, these are your options: Daytona, Sebring, and Speedway. And Speedway looks a lot like the C8 Z06 wheels. And honestly, I'm really digging the Daytona wheels. I'd probably do either Daytona or Speedway myself. But
Okay, so here's my feeling. I love the speedways, but I think that the Sebrings look cooler in person. The If you have carbon ceramic brakes and brake rotors and pads, or at least brake pads, then it's worth it to do those. But if not, the especially if you're doing black, like since I have the polished titanium or titanium, whatever it is, you don't see the brake dust nearly as bad as when my wheels were black. So that is a huge thing. Because I did the track over the weekend and I really couldn't tell that they were filthy. But again, it depends on how much clean.
It's kind of interesting to me because if you look at these wheels, you actually have quite an interesting set of visual wheels here because the Daytonas look a lot like the Grand Sport wheels from the C7.
Yes.
And then if you scroll down to the Sebrings, they look a lot like the C6 ZR1 wheels.
Yeah.
And then you scroll down to the Speedway, and these look like the C8 Z06 wheels. So it's like,
yeah,
it's kind of interesting. You can definitely see where the design choices were kind of, borrowed from. But that's a great thing for us Corvette guys. So if you want a set of wheels, what better than a set that looks like they should go on a Corvette?
Steve Robertson wants to know if they will fit. That they won't fit a Z06.
They will not fit a Z06.
And somebody else is asking what the offset is.
The offset, from what I know, you can actually customize it. So let's see here.
You can get them and they're pretty wide because both of my wheels, I felt like obviously the stock one set in too much. And when I replaced them, it filled up that gap because I thought about putting spacers on my Z06. After I lowered it, it seemed to have like that overbite. And whenever I got the new wheels, it sets out further and it just looks fantastic.
Okay, so the offset on the C8 is perfect for the C8 Stingray, is what you're saying.
Yes, it is at least as wide as whatever the offset was on our Vossen wheels. It's no less.
Yeah, they look about the same.
I'm going to actually send him a text real quick. I will have an answer for you for sure in a couple seconds here. So, from what I can tell, I'm pretty sure the offset is customizable to a certain degree. So
it is. I can't remember, but I think there's like 2 or 3 options.
Yeah, because the offset to fit a C8 wheel well is going to be different than an offset to fit the C7 wheel. So, yeah. Actually, he just texted me back. So. Okay, he didn't understand. So I am texting with him actively though. So just stay tuned for an answer. Yeah, guys, in the meantime, let's get those thumbs ups. We could definitely get those moving while we're waiting for an answer here from Dante.
Look and Dante has the Daytonas on his C7. He's got the Sebring Orange Grand Sport that you'll see on the website. His dad has the Speedways, which is the Torch Red C8 that you see on the website. Eventually, we're going to have pictures of my C7 Z06 and my C8 on the website. But
aren't you just special?
I am fantastic. Dude, I'm awesome.
Yeah, LT4 Powered kind of says the same thing I was thinking. He says, how he yearns for a basic 5-spoke for cleaning purposes.
Dude, amen. Oh my
And that's
gosh.
what I was thinking when I was looking at those wheels, and you said that you liked the Sebrings in person. I was like, man, those do not look like they'd be fun to clean.
They're not.
But there's
Thank
so
God.
many spokes.
The Speedway looks good though.
It does, but I will tell you, those weren't terrible to clean because I washed my car this weekend because it was, we were out on a dusty, area all day Saturday, and they weren't terrible. They weren't great like any wheel, but they weren't terrible.
Okay, so Dante is telling me there is a different offset for each application, but it is not customizable. So basically, if you order the wheels for a C8 Corvette, they'll fit a C8 Corvette. If you order them for a C7, they'll fit a C7. So the idea is flush fitment. So it's going to be flush with your fenders on either the C7, C8, or the C6, but its offset is specific to that application.
Right. By the way, announcement for everyone.
Nice.
No, but
look at that.
Wait. Gone.
There we go. Look, do it again,
Hillbilly
Jason.
is gone.
You've got his carbon fiber tooth in finally.
My goodness, for the 100th
Yeah.
episode.
For the 100th episode. That's what the big news
That was the way to
is.
celebrate.
Yeah. We don't even need anything more than that.
You realize how many episodes that we did with no tooth?
How many do you know?
Man, I was crystal meth in it for a long time.
God. Well, there's demonetized.
So what did you just
Exactly.
pull out of your cabinet?
You're
over
talking
there,
about
Steve?
drugs.
I saw people talking about wheel brushes. I'm telling you. So I found this little brush
Yeah.
for $5. I don't know where you're going to find it, but I want to. This is $5. This thing's removable to wash. This thing is so awesome for wheels because it's flat. So when you go in to do your wheel, you can go in. Look at that. Look at it. 3D right there.
Oh my
Mm.
God.
So
Does it take more than 30 seconds?
I'm not saying anything. Here's for you, Justin.
Can you still whistle, Jason?
I don't even know if I could whistle before. I don't know.
You can whistle now.
Yeah.
Looks like we got
did, actually,
89.
I take it back. I did remember, and I totally forgot about that. I was able to. I don't know if I probably can't now.
Got 89 thumbs ups, guys. We need 11 more in 4 minutes to hit our 100 goal. We got 150 people in here watching, so we can definitely do that. Let's make that happen, and then we'll move on to our 800 goal. We're going to start talking about some ZR1 news here in a second. But in the meantime, let's hit those thumbs ups.
News. Let's do some news.
Before we do, we got another donation from George Martinez, gives $50.
Nice, George. Who's George Martinez?
I think he's the winner of the wheels.
Maybe.
George Martinez, let us know what your screen name is here too.
Judy.
So we know who to. We have Andre Rutledge, gives $30.
Nice.
So he gets 3 entries. Again, guys, when you do donate, please let us know what your screen name is as well, if it's different from your real name, just so we know if you do win who you are.
Yes.
95 thumbs up, 98 thumbs ups currently. Let's rock and roll all the way up to 100, and let's get to 200 tonight, guys. It's a big night, 100 episodes. Judy's in the house. How you doing, Judy?
Onyx is in the house.
Onyx is also in the house. He's always in the house, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
Look! He's looking at the screen. Look up
He
here.
just got groomed. He has his little bow tie on.
Oh man. Michael McCurry says he always drives in Z mode to stop the annoying AFM. That's true, but I guess we might as well just jump right into the news here, because that is one of the things that is very likely coming with the ZR1. This is the second time that I've heard this, and it comes to us from the CorvetteBlogger.com this time, saying that the inclusion of AFM tech in the C8 Corvette ZR1 LT7 would be a huge mistake. I actually made a video on this a couple months ago talking about why I thought it was a mistake, and it looks like Corvette Blogger obviously thinks it's a mistake as well. And for those of you who don't know what the AFM is, this is basically your cylinder deactivation in the C8 Corvette. So the Stingray has it, but the Z06 does not. Now, you may be asking yourselves, well, Justin, why is this a bad thing? cylinder deactivation helps with gas mileage and everything. Why would that be such a bad thing? Well, it has proven to be a problem for GM in the past with specifically the C7 and even some of the newer Silverados I've heard of. With the cylinder deactivation, the wear and tear on the engine, on the internal components, it ends up being bad very quickly. So there's been a lot of people I've seen that have had literally their entire engine replaced in a C7 Z06 because of this deactivation happening.
Yeah.
And it was specific on the C7 Z06s to the automatics that were really having the problem because it was always on. Whereas with the manual transmission C7 Z06s, it's only on if you put it in eco mode. So basically, with an engine that could potentially be creating over 800 horsepower, twin turbocharged, beefy engine, why Chevy would decide to include AFM in this, I have no idea. Because if you guys are familiar with the C7 ZR1, they stripped all that stuff out. They wanted to go straight as, balls to the wall performance. They didn't want any possible engine failure issues. They wanted to save weight, which of course AFM adds weight to the car as well. So the idea of AFM makes no sense to me on any level other than Chevy trying to play nice with the EPA. So what are your thoughts, guys? I know a lot of you out there, you're interested in the ZR1, maybe not going to buy one because of how expensive it's probably going to be, but what are your thoughts on this? I'm curious just because to me, I don't think it's a great thing.
No, I love sitting at the stoplight and having my car shut off. It's awesome. Oh, AFM, never mind. My brain went to auto start stop instead of active fuel management. Never mind.
Yeah, well, Ronald Jackson said that it's just as bad as auto start stop on batteries and starters. So yeah, that's the thing is the auto start stop. Yeah, it hurts your battery and it hurts your starter, but that's not anywhere near as imperative or as important to or expensive to replace as your engine. Like literally. Yeah. AFM can destroy your engine to the point where they have to completely put a new one in. Like it's not we'll pull this part out and replace it. It's an entirely new engine. So,
but you could buy a one of those things to prevent that. What's it called?
It was called a range device, but that so far that does not work on a C8 that I know of.
It was. I just remember from the 7s.
Yeah, it was just a C7 option, but for the C8, you can put it in Z mode and that will disable it. But that's if you remember to do that every single time. And
I do.
Even then, even if you are disabling it, that's one thing. It's still in there and it's still creating extra weight, possibly extra wear. Even if it's not being actively used, it's still not a great thing for these reasons.
Right. Now, 99% of the time, I will, like when we went to Decatur over the weekend, I went ahead and let it run just on the freeway. I let the AFM, I didn't put it into Z mode, but 99% of the time I keep it in Z mode.
Likewise. The biggest reason to keep it in Z mode for me is I like the way the car sounds. It revs out a lot farther with the Z06 and, you get to hear that exhaust thing. So I'm in Z mode 99% of the time anyway, but that's not the point. The biggest point is I just don't want it. I mean, on the Stingray, it kind of made sense because it's not a super high horsepower application. Even on the Z06, it would have made a little bit of sense, but on the ZR1, it makes no sense at all. None. I don't see it at all.
Oh, no.
So if you guys are thinking about getting a ZR1, let's all kind of do the fingers crossed thing and hope that GM changes their mind, because as of now, there's been some documentation showing that the LT7 is going to get this. And if it does, that's going to be an issue. But hopefully that doesn't happen, because that would not be great.
I don't think anything. My feeling is sports cars should not have it in general.
Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly where my thoughts are. And I think someone said that earlier. They said, how do you put AFM in what is otherwise a supercar? And it's like, why would you? And
pretty soon cars are going to have auto start stop. So when they go in and get gas for 1 second, you know what I mean? It'll click off and then it goes back on and then they're going to drop down. It's going to be, I don't know, man. Let's just pray that as we're venturing away from electric, that we eventually will get away from all the little stupid stuff. I don't think that part will happen as much as getting away from electric will, but let's pray.
Speaking of that, so my Cadillac dealer calls me because they know I'm looking for a new car. They offered me 10,000 under for the new Cadillac Lyric, all EV. They
Oh,
can't sell
yeah.
them. No one is buying them.
Yep.
No one. No one
You know
wants
what's
these
funny
cars.
though is as much as it kind of pains me to say it, the Lyric is a nice looking car.
Oh, that's an awesome
But a lot
car.
of some electric cars do look good. They're just electric cars at the end of the day, you know? Maybe you should call them back and say, look, I won't buy it, but if you give me $10,000, I'll
Yeah.
take it.
Exactly.
We saw the Lyric when we were picking up your Z06 at Myrtle Beach Chevrolet.
Yeah, we got to see it up
I
close,
got
and
to sit in it.
it's a nice
It's
looking
gorgeous
car.
car.
And honestly, for the right price, I probably would take it for her. For she just basically commuting back and forth to work and stuff. It's not as big of a deal, but like I've
Well, she
said
runs
100
out of
times,
electric.
I would gladly own an electric car as a second or third car. It's never going to replace my fun sports car, but I can see the benefit to some degree, but not as your only car.
I'll gladly drive it if they give it to me.
I mean, man,
Great.
I spend my whole time cussing out Tesla every time I'm driving. I hate that. And I hate these. I hate EVs. I hate them.
I don't hate driving them, but I hate what they stand for.
Yeah. See, Tesla doesn't really stand for what we've discussed off camera. That's really not what their deal ever really was. But the general car production kind of does, because they're being pushed into it or whatever. But let's see. We got 115 thumbs ups currently. Juan says, congratulations, Justin and team have watched all 100 of your episodes during.
Wow.
Great. Keep up.
Wow.
Oh, this is the guy with the pink shirt from
Oh, yeah, from Miami.
I love that's the one thing he says every time. I'm like, I can't remember who this is until he says the pink shirt, and I'm like, yep, I remember him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do I know who he is?
No. Shane says, let's get those thumbs ups. It's the 100th episode. Yep. Let's see if we got any donations here.
116. 116.
No more donations yet, guys, but these wheels will be given away tonight. So if you are interested in winning these wheels, you have another half an hour at best. So you're going to want to get entered in as soon as you can so we can give these things away tonight.
By the way, did you see President Biden said he called the E-Ray an electric car?
Nice.
Shocking.
All right, so DBM Racing says, have you ever driven a Plaid or had it drive you? Talk about fast.
Well, John drove a Plaid and we were passengers.
Yeah, I was in a Plaid. It was they're definitely fast, but again, it is the most uneventful, uninspiring fast I've ever been in. It's just like, whoa, yeah, that was fast. Cool. What's for lunch? Like, that's basically the way I felt. Yeah, it's fast. It's just not car guy fast.
Which one?
The
Plaid.
Model S Plaid.
Oh, the Plaid. Okay.
Okay, Justin, I know I saw on your Instagram. I don't know if you guys are following Justin, make sure you follow him because he had some Cybertrucks.
Yeah.
At your dealership, right? Did you drive it?
Yeah, I did.
How was it?
I did a review on it, and it drives very similar to any other Tesla. It's uneventful. It's quick. It's uneventful, and it has all-wheel steering, which is really weird because I mean, it's not weird. It's not weird in a bad way. It's just something you have to get used to because the steering wheel is a yoke. You know, if you guys can remember Knight Rider, the way his steering wheel, that's basically what this is. So you can't do full rotations with this thing without hitting your wrist. So if you do this in your car, that's like going like this in the Tesla because it can't do full rotations. So the all-wheel steering is really, really, really sensitive. So every little movement like this is overemphasized at the wheels. Now, with that said, my review of the Tesla Cybertruck ultimately ended with me saying, who is this really for? Because it's not super great as a truck. It's pretty good as a car, but it's not super great as a truck. And truck guys wouldn't really, like, if you're a diehard truck guy, you're not going to want that. If you're a diehard car guy, you're going to buy a car. So who is the Cybertruck built for? I don't fully understand.
It's built for the 8-year-old that drew that when he
Yeah.
was in kindergarten,
Right.
and that's who it's for.
Because, I mean, it was neat. Just like any other Tesla I've driven, I can see the appeal to some degree. I think it's cool. It's electric. Again, it would never replace my primary fun car, but it would be a good second or third car to have around the house.
You
With
just
that
summed the
said-
Cybertruck up to me in one word. You just said it's neat. You have never referred to any Corvette or ZR or anything as neat. That right,
Right.
there
Yeah.
tells me where all I need to know about a Cybertruck. It's neat.
I could tell you even better is that I would never in a million years consider buying one. I would never own a
Yeah.
Cybertruck.
I think
I
they
would-
need to make an updated version of Back to the Future and throw that
Yeah.
Cybertruck in it. As
Yeah,
the modern
I made a
DeLorean.
reference like that in the review video. I said, you know, the people that grew up with Back to the Future can appreciate the stainless
Mhm.
steel. But I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
DeLorean, they figured it out too, because having a car made out of stainless steel is a bad idea. It is a really bad
Yeah.
idea. It fingerprints insanely easy. It scratches really easily. You can't buff out the scratches once it's scratched, so you're stuck with it. Anything that gets on the surface, like any kind of
That's
metal
true.
particles, which you're driving around daily and getting them on your car, they'll start to rust. The stainless steel's not rusting, but the particles on top of the stainless steel are rusting, and it makes it look like your car's rusting.
That's why they're being delivered
Yeah.
without center caps, right?
You know, I
Wheels?
think John
No.
DeLorean
What's
figured
going on
out that stainless steel and cocaine are not good for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Great White North Corvette. He's not sure if his mom and dad. That's not good.
Oh, Great White North Corvette says he's not sure if he's going to the Bash yet. His mom and dad are battling cancer. Ouch. Sorry to hear that.
Oh,
Good luck. I hope they'll be in our prayers.
yeah,
Jeez.
man.
That's terrible.
Mr. T says ugly vehicle. I can only imagine what he's talking about. What?
Cyber urinal.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not even gonna comment. I don't get it. I'm not commenting.
I guess the only person that got my joke there was 11-second Eclipse
Which joke?
about cocaine and stainless steel.
On DeLorean?
Yeah.
What other good news you have today? Anything else?
Yeah, I was gonna say let's talk about something that's not so depressing. So we'll talk a little bit more about the E-Rays. If you guys weren't on here last week, we actually had the first E-Ray on YouTube. We were privy to with Paragon Performance. So we'll talk a little bit more about the E-Rays tonight. But the big news is that the deliveries of these E-Rays, they're happening. They're realistically happening pretty frequently, and this one is one that just arrived at Rick Hendrick City Chevrolet, and it's a Riptide Blue with the polished wheels, which is actually a really good look. The heavy metallic
That
paints
color-
go,
Awesome.
yeah, the
that
heavy
color
metallic
is-
paint
is
goes well
beautiful.
with like a brighter silver wheel. But yeah, Steve got to see that color in person yesterday, right?
Yeah, and I up till now hate blue. Like I
have
like
a
the color blue. I just
video-
don't like it on cars.
Yeah.
But that color is a whole different thing. It's not Elkhart like blue. It's you think it is until you see it. It's
No,
like,
it's not.
it's beautiful.
In
beautiful.
pictures, sometimes they look similar, but they're not. They're not, man.
That car needs polished wheels or
Yeah.
chrome wheels.
Yeah.
That color.
See, I
My
would like
video
to
is coming
see
out tomorrow. I hope.
Riptide Blue next to Laguna Blue, because I have a feeling
Oh
they're
yeah,
pretty
they're
close.
pretty close.
They're pretty
Right.
close. So in my video, I don't have them right next to each other, but I show the Riptide, and then I walk over and show a C7 in Laguna.
It's really close.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it has to be close because Laguna was always a little bit brighter than Elkhart. Elkhart was a little
Yeah.
darker. So,
Yeah, that's a
and
bright
that's exactly
color.
what Riptide is.
Laguna
that
was
car
my
is-
favorite blue up until Riptide.
Yeah.
Riptide's definitely my favorite.
Oh, Riptide's gorgeous.
I don't like those boomerangs painted.
No, I don't either.
It doesn't look good. All too
Yeah.
much paint.
Yeah. The E-Ray options of painting everything, I've never been a big fan of that, because you could do that even on a Stingray. You could paint the accents
Yeah.
the same color as the car. I never liked that personally, but there are people out there that think that the color part of the boomerang it makes it look cheap. So I mean, it's
I normally don't like it, but I do like it on that eBay from last week. It looked kind of
Yeah, the red one.
Yeah,
the
the red
red.
one. I kind of liked it. Yeah, it was
See,
pretty good.
I'm not really a fan on any one of the colors. Now you could add like a little bit of it here and there. I don't know. I guess it is all or none, but you'd have to kind of buy them afterwards.
Yeah, but
I would never
I
do
like it
the
with,
boomerangs in all color.
with the Seawolf gray looks good too. I think with the boomerang and gray.
the wing, isn't the wing like carbon fiber or carbon flash or something?
The winglets are, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
Yeah, Jetstream blue was very similar to Laguna blue as well.
Yeah, Jetstream's a little bit lighter though, for sure. There's like 5 of them up at Corvette warehouse. If anybody wants to go over there and take a look at it, or there were, I don't know if they're all still there or not, but they did have a bunch.
Got 130
Tim,
thumbs ups currently, guys. Let's
had
try
that
to
as
hit
well.
200 in the next 15 minutes. Yeller 95 vet says bring back competition yellow. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm waiting for, is for them to bring back a more traditional yellow.
I don't personally don't care.
Gee.
No, I mean I don't. I think that Corvette guy sent a Venmo.
Yep.
My
I just
thing
looked
is
at it.
with if it was a front engine, then yes, I think the traditional yellow needs to be there. But on more of a mid-engine car where it's more exotic, I feel like you need a more exotic color. You know, now if they would make an awesome green, then fine, go back to yellow. But if they're not going to do that, then I think they need to leave it similar to what it is.
That's a good point. There is a good chance that there is a green and a purple coming. Where did I just?
Yeah.
It was a,
Oh, it was a couple months ago when we were talking about the different colors coming.
Yes.
GM is definitely playing around with a green and a purple.
Yep.
Whether we'll ever see them, who knows? But you know, here's hoping.
Yeah, Bill
yeah,
Miller's
that-
right. White Pearl Tricoat is freaking phenomenal.
That Corvette guy donated $100. Steve,
Nice.
Wow. Got it.
thank you guys again. You guys are awesome. Someone's walking away with these wheels tonight. So if you want to get entered tonight, today is your last option up until we end this live video. It will be done at that point.
they're walking away virtually.
BPR Z06 says lots of E-Rays ordered with carbon fiber wheels, and him and I talked about this kind of off camera. I've seen the same thing, and I think the biggest reason is to keep weight down, or GM is producing the orders with carbon fiber wheels first. Yeah, Michael McCurry says any metallic paint will complement polished wheels. I agree. The heavy metallic paints always look good with Venmo or Venmo.
Yeah.
God, I'm reading
Venmo.
ahead. It always looks good with chrome or polished wheels.
Hey, how many people have seen Carlisle Blue?
I never even heard of it.
That is an absolutely awesome freaking
yeah,
blue. That and Supersonic is also really cool.
We saw Carlisle Blue at Carlisle, I'm pretty sure.
I think we did. That's one of my absolute freaking favorite blues. That Supersonic Blue is awesome.
Is that
Those
a
are
really light blue?
not super
I
traditional
don't actually
blues,
remember
though,
what it
you
looked
know?
like.
I've never seen it. At least I don't think I have.
All right, so let's do a little bit more news. We got 133 thumbs ups, guys. If you could please smash the thumbs up button, it helps a lot. And yeah, just hit the thumbs up. It helps. 134. Someone heeded the begging. So let's see. More E-Ray content, or news, I should say, is if you guys haven't seen it, Paragon Performance did a dyno with the E-Ray that they have, and the results were pretty interesting. So you can check out the video on Paragon's YouTube channel, or you can just look at the numbers here. And again, horsepower wise, the E-Ray fits in right between the Stingray and the Z06. Stingray usually is around 437 horsepower. E-Ray was 573, and then the Z06 was 610. Now, where things get really interesting is how much torque the E-Ray makes. because the E-Ray is upping the torque number considerably over any of the other models at 630 torque instead of the next highest with the Z06 being 423. Now, before you guys go too crazy with those numbers, you got to understand the Z06 was built for horsepower, not torque. Horsepower is more useful on the in a track situation at high RPM. You know, that is their track car. The E-Ray is more of your standard kind of C7 Z06, C7 ZR1 horsepower rating, while keeping that torque higher for daily driving aspects. So you get to experience more of the lower end power from basically from stoplight to stoplight. So either way you look at it, this is very impressive because the numbers are suggesting that this car is possibly more capable than what GM even said. Now, where things get even more interesting is when we start talking about the weight of the E-Ray, because from GM's official weights of the Z06 and the E-Ray suggested that there was about a 300-pound difference between the two. Paragon went ahead and weighed their E-Ray and weighed their Z06 to find that there was only actually 150 pounds difference. Maybe actually it was 125 pounds. So I don't know why GM would advertise those numbers that wrong, but if that's correct, then yeah, the car only weighs about 125 pounds more than a Z06 after the Eventuri and exhaust and a couple other weight savings things. You're down to like 70 or 80 pounds more than a Z06. That's pretty impressive. So the E-Ray could be more impressive than originally thought, apparently.
See, that E-Ray looks really good with the painted accents because of the carbon fiber wheels, I think.
Yeah, it
That one-
does.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
that looks
yeah.
good.
The carbon fiber wheels do kind of help.
Yeah, I like that painted red.
And I think red in general just looks good. So that's pretty much where we're at with that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. With that amount of power, well, let's see. Red C8 Z06 says E-Ray torque is a lie. Them's fighting words. Yeah, and then there was LT4 Powered said Rick Conti had a video last week about the C8G Grand Sport, that it is happening. We've talked a lot about that on the channel here, and I have a feeling that it was happening, but we've talked a lot about why I'm not 100% sure it's a great idea. But at the
I
same
don't
time,
think it is.
At the same time,
And it's not because I don't like the Grand Sport. I love the Grand Sport. But
see, I agree, and it's one of those things where it's like, it's a good idea and it's a bad idea. Steve thinks it's a good idea, but Jason's saying he's not so sure. And
well, Steve needs another car.
I'm right
to
in the
sit.
middle. I'm right in the middle.
I need a car to sit right there.
Yeah.
He wants something that'll take up a little more space on each side of his garage.
Yeah, just a little more.
No, I mean, look, I love the Grand Sport. I had one. I would happily own one again, but Stingray, E-Ray. I mean, Stingray, Grand Sport, E-Ray, Z06, ZR1, Zora. I mean, my goodness, are we like...
Yep. Too many trims.
Give me a Grand Sport with 50 more horsepower.
That's about where it's at.
Then it'll be worth it.
As of now, the current rumor, and we talked about this before on a live video, was they were going to use one of the engines that GM has produced for truck purposes with instead of an iron block, they were going to do an aluminum block, and it was going to produce somewhere around 40 to 50 more horsepower in a Z06 body, and it's going to be priced closer to 80 to 85.
I'll be first in line.
It's just so crazy to me that, because I mean, yeah, I agree. It's too many trims, but at the same time, there's other performance cars out there that do a bunch of performance trims too, and it doesn't seem to hurt them too much. But
it did McLaren.
It seems to me like if you do this, you have your Stingray priced at starting at like 60, 65, 68 now. If you have the Stingray price there, and your next most achievable car after that is the E-Ray at 103. That's a pretty big gap. It's almost like GM made that gap on purpose to slot something in between. And the Grand Sport would easily fill that. Now, the problem with that, though, is now people are going to be jumping on the Grand Sport instead of saving their money and going for a Z06 or an E-Ray. So you're you're almost underselling yourself.
I want to do a poll. If you could get the Grand Sport
That's a good one.
for like 15 less than an E-Ray, or it doesn't, you don't even want to have to put a number on it, but if you could get the Grand Sport or an E-Ray, which one would you choose? Especially, you know, I mean, obviously the E-Ray is going to be more expensive, so which one would you go with?
All right, I'm typing that up now. Grand Sport. I'm saying, which would you buy, a Grand Sport or the E-Ray? So let us know in the poll here, guys. If you're in the market for a car, would you buy a Grand Sport over the E-Ray, basically?
100%.
I think a lot of people are going to say yes or Grand Sport on that question, just because there's a lot of people, and I'm blown away by the amount of people on the Facebook groups and stuff that absolutely hate the E-Ray. They hate that it even exists, and I think it's hilarious because there's just like they're just coming out of the woodwork and just demolishing Chevy for making this car. It's insane.
It was political.
It is a political thing, I know, but
Mm-hmm.
it's still.
That's
fun.
why I will tell you that you will not see an electric C9. No way, not happening. Nope. The C9 will be a combustion engine. It could be hydrogen, but it's definitely not going to be it's not going to be EV.
No, I think the C9, because of the shift recently in their decision making with the electric, I think the C9 is going to be a regular internal combustion engine again. If I had to guess, depending on how well, if a Grand Sport exists, if a Grand Sport comes out and how well that engine handles its power, the C9 Stingray or base C9 will be a variation of that engine, if I had to guess. Yeah.
Jay Clone's got it right.
Yeah. Facebook is definitely where all the haters live, and that's 100% true. But I've seen a lot of it even in the YouTube comments on like Paragon's videos and stuff. People just don't like. I mean, I shouldn't say people.
Oh, yeah.
Some
Corey
people just do not like it.
Corey will tell you he gets hate on it.
Yeah. All right. So one last piece of information here, and then we're going to shift gears here a little bit. It's the fact that the plant tours are coming back. So you guys remember we talked about this before, where the plant tours were suspended indefinitely, meaning we had no idea when they were coming back. Well, they're coming back, but it's the way this is worded sounds like it's only returning for the week of the anniversary celebration, and then possibly being closed off again. So they're back, but they're not permanently back. So if you want to see the plant tours, you're going to have to go during the week of the anniversary celebration, because afterwards they're probably closed off again. Now, I read through this forum a little bit to see if anybody else read that the same way I did, and they did. This one right here says it's not clear about whether it's just for the week of the anniversary event or if they'll be back for good. The more I read, other people are interpreting it the same way, as it's just the week of the event, and basically it's going to close off again afterwards. So it's kind of back. So if you guys want to go get a tour, go do it now, or when the anniversary week is, because if you do it after that, it's probably going to be closed again. Yeah, Boy Wonder says weight kills performance, and GM said the E-Ray was around 4,000 pounds, and that's where you could go to GM's website and look up the specs of the cars. Their convertible E-Ray was weighed at 4,011 pounds or something like that. It was just literally a hair over 4,000. But that's not what Paragon's getting on their custom scales. So I'm not. It's not even so much about what they're getting. It's about the difference between the Z06 on their scales and the E-Ray on their scales is only showing like 125 pound difference. So even if their scales were off, it's still only showing 125 pounds difference between those two, which is really, really curious. I'm not sure why GM would hurt themselves by posting numbers that are over double what the actual weight difference is. One more time, guys, we're going to talk real quick about the giveaway, which is the E5 wheels here. If you want to get in on this giveaway, you can win these to fit your C6, C7, or C8 Corvette. They will fit flush. Jason actually has a set of these on his C7 and C8, and he says the fitment is perfectly flush on both applications. If you win one of these wheels, you get to choose what set, what style, what color, and what application. So whatever car you want. So yeah, there is nothing.
I don't know if you have,
here.
if you can show the gallery. He's got a gallery. He's got some of the photos on different cars. Man, they look really good.
I love the speedways. Is that what you have, Jason?
I have the Speedway on the C8 and I have the Sebrings on the C7.
Sebrings look better on the C7.
They look incredible on there.
They look really good.
They do. Literally, I can't even tell you how much better.
They remind me of the Z06 wheel anyway, so
yeah,
that's why it looks good.
That's his dad's car.
Oh, this is the red one?
Yeah, it's Dante's dad's car.
Okay.
Dante.
So yeah, so this is what it would look like on your C8. You can tell, I'm trying to find a good picture from the side. Yeah, right there's a great one. They are perfectly flush with the fenders. So, and these are the Speedway wheels, which look a lot like a C8 Z06 wheel.
Yes.
Now, Jason, do you know, is that center cap able to accept a Corvette center cap?
Man, I don't know. And I forgot. I meant to ask him, and I forgot. I don't know.
Well, I'm about to ask him now.
Okay.
It'd be cool if it does.
It would be pretty cool. So yeah, these are really nice looking wheels, guys. And like I said, for free, they're even more attractive. So, or I shouldn't say for free, but for possibly a $10 donation, they're pretty attractive. Okay, Dante just told me yes, they will. They'll take the Corvette center cap.
Wow.
That is a huge bonus.
I need to
See,
talk
but
to
the center
Dante.
cap doesn't do me any good because
I need to talk to Dante. What I tell you was holding me back from getting these wheels. Probably the center cap. So,
right there.
If you're watching Dante, I'm coming for you.
I should have waited because right here's a picture of the Sebring wheels with a center cap, Corvette center cap in it.
So good.
That does look good.
Where? Let's see. Oh, Sebring. Okay. I'm delayed.
Yeah.
Same here.
The fitment on these look really good, guys. So if you're interested in grabbing a set of wheels for your C8, these are nice. We got 143 thumbs ups currently, guys. If we could please get that to 200, that'd be awesome. In the meantime, while you're smashing that thumbs up button, also check out the current giveaway. Every $10 donated is a chance to win these wheels. No one has donated the $500 yet for double entries. So if you want to be the first guy that donates $500, the odds of you winning with double entries are really good, and you still get a set of wheels for about $2,500 less than what they would cost you normally.
Yeah. Hey, is that the RSC side skirt, that 5EM on the black C7? I mean C8 Stingray.
On their website here.
Yeah, see that side skirt? I mean, I don't know if we're at the same spot.
Oh,
there
yeah.
You go.
I'm not sure which one that is. That's like it's real sharp carbon, looks like.
Yeah,
that's different.
I want to say it's RSC, but I'm not certain.
But yeah, that's the giveaway, guys. So if you want to get in on this, you want to get in here pretty quick, because we're only going to be running this for another couple minutes before we're doing a giveaway. Now, I guess we should probably talk about the big news for tonight. So the news that the 100th episode kind of commands here is other outside of the awesome news giveaway.
The news that rocked Corvette Weekly. Changing.
I guess it kind of does, but I'm going to give a high overview here, and then I'm going to let Jason and Steve explain it a little bit more.
It's going to be a temporary. I like the word temporary.
Why is it temporary?
We're not like, you're not going to see us.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So guys, here's what's happening. I'm going to give a high overview, and then I'll let you guys get into more nitty gritty of it. Ultimately, what Vet Syndicate has turned into, without necessarily trying for it this way, Vet Syndicate has turned into a car event planning thing. And in Texas,
production.
Jason and Steve in Texas are putting together some seriously awesome car shows as Vet Syndicate. As you guys know, I don't live in Texas. I'm not even close to Texas. So I go down there as often as I can, which isn't that often. So what ultimately is going to happen here is, as I said earlier, Jason works a lot and crazy hours.
Yeah.
So getting him on here every Monday night has been a challenge. And with this Vet Syndicate thing taken off as a car event more than a weekly live video event thing,
Yeah.
what they're going to do is they're going to kind of just continue with they're going to blow the whole car event thing up even bigger, plan more events, do bigger things with that. And because of that, they're going to be on the Corvette Weekly show here less often. So they're not going to be every Monday night. Steve and Jason is going to be on here with me. What we're going to kind of switch gears into is I'm going to be having a lot of subscribers on, a lot of other YouTubers on, a lot of people who can bring some serious information to the channel. And we're going to do that while also sprinkling Jason and Steve in on some future episodes as they have time for it, basically. So this allows them to dedicate more of their free time to making these car events happen for you guys.
Yeah.
It makes it less difficult on Jason between work and jumping on here whenever even before I clicked go live, he was on a phone call or something with somebody at work. So this is difficult to do. And it makes more sense to kind of let them tell me when they're available versus having them on every Monday night. So this does two things. This frees them up to do their car events down there, and it frees us up to have different people on here weekly to bring fresh news and fresh insights to the live videos.
Which I think it needs, even though obviously we enjoy it, but I sometimes feel like it's gotten repetitive with just the three of us. I feel like, whenever we bring somebody fresh, like different on, it seems to give a little bit of life to it. And I think that's what it needs.
New faces isn't a bad thing. I don't
No, not at all.
That's on a little more often than what I am now.
And that's exactly what I've been wanting to do. If you guys rewind, like 10 episodes ago or so, maybe more than that, we had Josh on, we had Corey from Paragon Performance. And at that time we were discussing having a subscriber come on at least once a month, just a random subscriber that wanted to come on and tell their story. And then we just never did it. So now it's one of those things now where it's like, it makes perfect sense to do it now. And with everything else happening, like I said, it's still going to be, you're still going to see these guys on here. We're still all good. We're all friends here, obviously, or, no one's holding any guns to their heads or anything that you can't see off screen. But
no,
ultimately,
it's like, it's going to work actually better.
It'll keep it fresh for everybody, and I'll be honest with you, I always feel bad literally every week because you guys start putting everything together during the day. You send it to me, but I'm so busy. I'm like, I literally, up until we go live, I'm almost busy the entire time. And I don't ever have time to kind of even look at what we're talking about to bring anything to the table, and I feel bad about that.
Yep. Yeah. And Lego D17 says, sounds good and logical. And that's the thing is, this is not so much a decision that we're making as friends. We're making this decision more logically. What makes sense for all of us to continue forward? And I don't want to get to the point where this Corvette Weekly is getting stale and I'm holding these two back. I would rather let them go do their
vice
thing.
Versa,
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I'm doing all the talking here. I should let them talk too. So, Steve and Jason, give me your input on this, basically.
Really quickly, because somebody's asking how to enter. For the wheels. So talk about that really quick and we'll jump back to this.
Oh yeah. I see that. Juan, let me pull that up here. Juan, I will post a link. If I can get to it real quick here, I'll post a link in the chat. You can just click on it and it will allow you to just as soon as you click on it, it's going to take you right to my Venmo, and then you can just make the payment from there. So here's the link in the chat. Just click on that, and it'll take you right to the part of being able to make the payment. We are about to end this giveaway, though, so definitely get in on that as fast as you can.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Steve.
Yes. Oh, I just think it's everything's, we just got to the point to where we're moving down here, moving a lot of stuff, and we didn't realize that we were going to take on these events as much because our last event, we started off, I remember we started on a parking lot of 50 people, and next year we're 100, and next year we're 200. Our last event was 258. We have another one. I think it's going to be the first week of April.
April.
So we have all these people in the DFW areas like starting to understand what we put together for the vet community, and it's just harder to. We want to move that portion. It's so hard geographically to do that. So we can't talk Justin to move down to Texas. It'd be a lot easier.
Yeah,
but because of his family, it's hard to.
Yeah. Jay Clone says, "Is there a new channel?" No, the Corvette Weekly is going to stay right here. It's going to be all the same that you're doing now. The only difference is it's going to be me and subscribers. I'm going to have random subscribers
Jay
on from time to time.
maybe.
Kind of. Yeah, exactly. You could be one of them, and I'm going to start getting a list of people going where I'll have random subscribers on to tell the story of their cars and tell all kinds of different mods and everything that you have. Plus, I'm also going to have people like Corey from Paragon Performance. I'm going to have Josh from Blackout Tinning. I'm going to reach out to a bunch of other people that can bring solid information to the channel. So you come here and you leave learning something. And I mean, I know you guys do to some extent now, but this is more of a, more of a hangout than necessarily news. I want to keep it kind of 50-50 in the future. I want a lot of news to be discussed as well. And the way to do that is to bring new faces on, bring somebody who knows, stuff that I couldn't even dream of knowing about, people like, LMR, some of the guys from there could bring information here. I don't know if I'll be able to get them on here or not, but if we'll say I could, they can bring information that I don't know, Jason doesn't know, Steve doesn't know. And then we all literally learn something. So it's kind of beneficial to do a little bit of both.
Yeah.
LT4 Pirate says, solid information. I'm out. No, I'm not going to do it. It won't be all information. It will be a little bit more of a 50-50 balance, because I know if I'm just sitting here spitting facts at you left and right, it's going to get boring. Yeah, Michael McCurry, that's not a terrible idea. He says we need to open a Blackout Tinting in Texas so we can visit. And
no doubt.
Expel is in Texas.
Hey, I wanted to
really the only reason.
I wanted to mention, Clay Ernest had a question. How do we find DFW events that are we're having for the time being? You can visit our Instagram account, Vet Syndicate, but eventually we're going to set up a website that will have all of the information of when we're doing them. It'll have photos of previous ones, things like that, because we want people to have an access point to be able to find out when we're having them. And we're going to be we're looking to be pretty consistent with these car shows. We did good last year, but we want to do great.
Yeah. Whenever they go to have an event, I'll post it on my community tab and stuff too for you guys to see, because it's one of those things where if there's an event going on, I can jump on a plane and go down to it as well. It's not like, I mean, I've been to at least one, which is not great, but it is what it is, I guess.
Well, that one was freaking freezing, but the ones that the other ones we've had, man, they've been humongous. Like the one we had last couple weeks ago was 258 vets. I mean, you can go watch my videos and see it was insane. Like, and it's like a party, man. It's not just a boring car show. I mean, it's husbands and wives, and then there's kids. And I mean, last time we had hamburgers and hot dogs, and it's just a lot of fun.
I guess you have to think about it this way too. You guys are in your hometown, we're in ours, whereas Carlisle's close to us.
Right.
Yeah. So it's hard for you guys to get to Carlisle.
Right. It is.
And then
in
Texas. It just makes sense.
It's the same. Yeah, it's the same exact kind of thing. It's location based.
Right.
It is huge. I mean, that's 100%. And I mean, obviously, you would never want to be without Blackout Tinting, but if you didn't have to be in Miami and then you have to be in Pennsylvania,
exactly,
then have to be in Texas too. I mean, that just spreading too thin.
Robert Sisson says, since you have payment via Venmo, I'm currently downloading and attempting to set up an account. I hope I make the drawing.
Oh.
Robert, we'll wait for you. If you want to get in, we'll wait. Bruno says, thinking of any shows outside DFW?
Yes.
I am doing shows in Pennsylvania as well as Florida this upcoming year. So if you're near either one of those two areas, you can definitely stay tuned for that. I'll be announcing that on my channel as well. So yeah.
We are looking to do one at either, like I talked to somebody about it this weekend, but maybe WinStar. But the problem with WinStar is they're really big, the casino, and they don't really care about other people because they don't need you to bring them business. But we're looking at maybe even one of the casinos in Oklahoma.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
So there you go. So that's the big news for today, guys. We got another donation from Kyle for $20.
Kyle.
Thank you, Kyle.
Got it.
Bill Miller says, please wait on raffle dealing with Venmo. Okay, so we got 2 people dealing with Venmo. We'll wait for you guys. Don't worry about it.
We crashed Venmo. Yes.
Yeah, right. Boy, that'd
We
be
are
nice.
awesome.
Well, this is
Shane
the
says
100th. We can go a little bit longer. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, since it's the 100th episode and it's
Yeah.
kind of a milestone here, we can easily go a little bit longer on this one, guys.
And I want to say real quick that I hope everybody continues and Justin's live streams get better and better and better, because I mean I've enjoyed my time on here 100%. I'm gonna miss everybody. I do. That is one thing we'll miss is, you know, the guys that come on here, because we still talk every day, so that's not, you know, I'm not gonna miss you. I still talk to you, but you know, everybody else.
Yeah,
I'll still jump on the chat to make sure that I keep you on your toes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and that's what
exactly.
I wanted to try to keep that like somewhat known here, is that you guys aren't disappearing forever. Like, you'll be here from time to time. It's just not going to be every Monday night now.
Yeah. Correct.
DBM Racing says that I'm also doing a show from Atlanta. I just don't know it yet. That's very possible. I mean, and you're gonna see eventually. You're gonna see shows that I'm doing down in Texas with these guys too. Like, they're not disappearing, nor am I. Like, we're gonna be. It just made more sense this way. Especially, the biggest reason is Jason's work schedule, and it's just hard to get both of them on here at the same time. So, it's just, you know, we're just kind of living life at this point. Is what's happening. So. Yeah, John, he's still doing content. We're all still doing content. There's still
on top of, there
more
is
content than
a
ever.
joint effort that we've got going that hasn't been announced yet, but we have a joint effort that's coming up.
Oh
soon.
yeah, I was hoping to be able to
can't
announce
say
that
yet,
today. I was hoping to be able to announce that today, but it's not going to happen. I would say next Monday night, you guys are going to hear what Steve is talking about. We do have another joint effort that's. I mean, and that's the thing, is in the future we're going to have these joint efforts going on even whenever they're not both on the channel. So not consistently, at least I should say. So just that should kind of, you know, keep your head where it should be with this. But this new joint effort is going to be huge. You guys are going to love it.
It'll also give time to Steve to drive his car a little more.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest reason we're doing this. Steve can only drive his car on Monday nights, and we're doing the live at that time. So
that's why it has to
okay, so
did you get any more?
So we're waiting on Mr. Miller, and there was another one.
Yeah, Bill Miller.
Yeah.
And Robert Sisson.
Robert Sisson.
Yeah. I'm watching Venmo here. We got $10 from Mark Cutsy. He says, when I win, I want to donate them to Matt Hurley. Oh Lord. So he gave $10, Steve.
Got it. Cutsy.
I don't know if you guys saw Tyler's. That one's pretty funny. His comment.
Tyler?
Yeah. Look up like maybe 10.
Oh God, Steve needs to focus on his efforts.
Steve needs to focus his efforts on the 24 election. Yeah, that's another good reason.
You gonna run for president?
No, YouTube has told me that they've had enough of this protective dad pranks guy, and that if I don't get him off the channel, they're gonna demonetize me.
Yep. I live in the warnings of somebody reporting me on Instagram.
Yeah. Mr. T says, can you guys do a carbon fiber roof wrap to show the public? You know what's funny about that is that I know a person who did it. I filmed his car with it, and for some reason that particular video, you couldn't see any carbon fiber. Like, even the actual carbon fiber was just showing up as black.
You talking about Aaron?
Yeah. So up at Blackout Tinning, Aaron wrapped the roof of his car, his black car, with the carbon fiber wrap. And the stuff from, I think it was from S-Tech, it literally looks exactly like carbon fiber. Like, I was comparing that to the actual real carbon fiber that comes on the car from GM, and I couldn't tell the difference. So I'll get a video of that for you eventually, but I already tried to do it.
You know what would be good, because I'm reading these comments, Justin? You need to have like more of a podcast setup for you and Amber sometimes.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm seeing here.
instead
Yeah.
of because she can bring a different aspect
I know.
because there's not
I've,
really a
I've told her
woman's
that.
comment.
I'm trying
here.
to get my own block on this live, and now I finally might be able to get it.
Yeah. Track Speed 815, Joe, he says, my wife thinks Amber should have a bigger role in the live stream. And that's the
Yeah.
thing is,
She should.
it's so funny how often I hear that. Almost every one of my subscribers I talk to on a more personal basis says that they like when Amber's on because then it gives them an excuse to watch this stream in front of their wives.
See, some
Yeah.
people actually do like me. How do you feel about that?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Glass City Car Nerd said Aaron's car looks amazing. He's
It
seen it in
does.
person.
Oh yeah, that's great.
That vinyl, the carbon fiber wrap literally looks like carbon fiber.
Glass City Car Nerd, is he riding with us down to the
I don't know.
we're not sure.
Yeah, Jamie, do you plan on going to the National Corvette Museum Bash?
Oh, more breaking news. My week off that week is approved, so I'm gonna
Yeah,
tag
but
along.
yeah, are you really though, for sure?
Yeah, I think I might.
Egbert says, Justin, when will you be back in stock in the HPO shirt and medium? I'm going to have a new shirt design, at least 3 of them coming here very soon. So, stay tuned. I should have it pretty quick. Shane says, I vote more Onyx. Let's do that. Where's he at? He's right there.
Sleeping right at my feet. Well, what's Mark Cutsy say?
Pretty soon, Amber's going to push
Well,
Justin
we
off
can
his
just change
chair.
that right now, right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Mark, if she can figure out how to run this whole thing,
I'm not even
Yeah,
close.
she can have it.
100% she can do it on her
Not
own.
even close.
Because this is not an easy thing to run every Monday night.
Mm-mm.
Especially when we have those audio issues.
Oh God.
When it's Darth Vader, who was it?
Darth Vader, yeah.
Darth
Yeah,
Vader, yeah.
Darth Vader, yeah.
We got Eric Atkinson donated $10.
Nice. Thank you, Eric.
Lewis said he sent me an email for the bash. Yeah, guys, again, if you plan on going to the National Corvette Museum Bash at the end of April, send me an email, horsepowerobsessed@gmail.com, and we can definitely kind of
Okay, shoot.
caravan down together if you're from an area up here, or at least meet up down there once we get there.
It's always a Monday night surprise.
So did Robert get in it?
Looks like somebody got in.
Racing the Machine.
William Miller. I guess that's Bill
Bill
Miller.
Miller.
He donates $25.
Thank you, Bill. Got that Venmo working.
Racing the Machine. Who's that?
Yeah, I'm not sure who Racing the Machine is. we could do that. I should do that, actually. That'd be hilarious. Have cardboard cutouts of Steve and Jason whenever they can, when they're not actually here.
Yeah.
We need to get
Jason,
that.
the one of
We
you,
need
Jason,
to
I'll make
get-
sure it doesn't have a tooth too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. We need to get that poster of me and Steve jumping so you can put that in the background of
Yeah.
your
The only
background.
reason that didn't happen was because the prices of posters are insane right now. I don't like.
Are they really?
Yeah, the poster guy that used to make them for me used to make them for like $6 a poster. Now they're like almost $20, and it's like I can't.
Oh my gosh!
I
No
can't
way.
even charge more than $20 for the freaking things. No
I
one
wouldn't even
no
pay
one would buy
$20
them.
for a poster of myself.
All right,
With Ultra Tooth, you would.
Yeah, in a dress.
so the poll of which would you buy, a Grand Sport or E-Ray, ended with 123 votes, 56% saying Grand Sport.
Hmm.
That's actually a lot closer than I thought. So
It is closer than I thought. Yeah.
I thought it would be way more Grand Sport, but that kind of proves the point that maybe a Grand Sport's not really that needed that much. Because if most people are looking to buy an E-Ray anyway, the E-Ray was supposed to be the replacement for the Grand Sport.
Yeah.
Did there was that one guy that you were waiting on.
Robert?
Yeah, Robert, we're still waiting on him. We haven't gotten a donation
I
from
say
him yet.
2 more minutes. And
Did Ken
do it.
Cash Money donate?
Onyx. Okay.
John Perkins, did you get his?
I did not get John's. I've gotten them from him before. All right, Robert Sisson donates $10.
There you go. Thank you, Rob.
No, we did get one from John. Yeah, John donates $50. He says, girlfriend said I don't have room for these. Challenge accepted.
Mm.
God. Oh, that's good stuff. Yeah, okay, that's, I don't know how I missed his, but wasn't there, didn't someone say they wanted to donate $300? I swear that I saw that, right? That was in there.
I don't remember.
Someone said $300, didn't they, on there?
I don't know. Go back
It
and
was
look.
right before we started talking. I want to make sure that obviously that guy donates.
Yeah. Don't want to miss him.
Won't
I
get
don't
a
see
full chance
anything.
to win if he doesn't put it in.
Yeah, right here. Juan Carlos says I'm trying to donate 300 and for some reason it's not letting me.
Maybe it's over his
Juan-
limit.
Juan Carlos, if you're still in here, let me know if you're still trying, because if not, we're gonna wrap this thing up.
Juan Carlos.
171 thumbs ups currently, guys. We're over time here for sure, but it'd be nice to hit 200 before this ends, because this is, after all, our 100th episode. Joe says, Amber, I met you at Carlisle last year. I believe you can run things on Monday nights. Don't forget the silver Sharpies. Yeah.
Oh yes, silver Sharpies.
Yeah, we need.
That's right.
We could definitely do the silver Sharpies, but trust me, there's no way she'd be able to run this. This is pretty difficult to set all this up, especially if there is a problem that arises.
It stumps you sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. Jay Clone says, I've never heard, or I've heard of Onyx, but never saw till now. I assumed it was a cat. Nope. That's a dog. He's a dog. Racing the Machine says, nice set of wheels for $10. Surprised more to donate. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at with it.
Cat. Oh.
Ken Cash Money, first time on channel. Who is Ken Cash Money?
He's first time on channel.
Exactly.
So
Well, welcome,
there.
Ken.
welcome.
I like the name, because if it's really cash money, you should look at donating to win some wheels.
And that's what I said earlier. I was like,
I think
we're
maybe
gonna
you
get
Am I
some
behind?
cash money.
I think maybe you should show the wheels again. One last time.
Okay.
Yep.
We need to
All right,
set a
guys, so-
time. It's 7:55, and the next at 5 on the top. We're gonna donate them. We're gonna run it.
7:55 Texas time.
Yeah. Are you talking 5
Yeah.
more minutes?
So yeah, so 5 more minutes, and we are doing it no matter what's going on, no matter if you got it in or not.
All right, guys. So you got 5 minutes. These are your wheel options. You got Daytona, Sebring, and Speedway. The colors you see on screen here are the colors you have to choose from. They will fit a C6, C7, or C8 Corvette. And yeah, you can win these for literally a $10 donation. The more you donate, the more chances you have of winning.
I'm excited to see who wins today.
I know I'm pretty excited for this too, because whoever
Yeah,
wins,
because
like
it's
this
pretty,
this
it's
isn't
actually
some
pretty even. It's pretty even.
this isn't some
There's not
like
some-
$50 part. Like, yeah, this
yeah,
is
there's
big.
not like some huge donator that's like 500 to, you could win this thing for $20.
Yeah. Dude,
Because
and
there's
they're
a
well
lot
worth
of
it.
entries. There is 30 entries in this thing. So, and they're all like, there's some here that are $50, $40, $30. So
And like I said, I have them. I don't have to say I think they look good. I physically have them and know they look good.
yeah, the Speedway is fire.
Jay Clones says LT4 powered. LOL, my dog thinks he's a cat. All the
Mhm.
pictures I have of him in Google Photos classifies him under cat.
He identifies as a cat.
How to donate, Crane? You just want to basically click on that link in the chat. It'll take you directly to my Venmo, and you can donate right from there.
Yeah, 3 minutes.
If you can't do Venmo, we will take super chats, but we definitely prefer Venmo. 178 currently, guys. Let's get to 200. Don't disappoint Shane. Shane wants us to get to 200. Let's try to get.
His night off work.
Yeah, he's off work and he's joining us. 179.
He gets 1 day off a month, from what I hear.
Yeah, guys, we got 3 more minutes, so if you're thinking about doing it, we got to do it quick. Nothing yet. My cat Pepper is literally watching now. I emailed you a picture.
We have to see it.
Yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, how about that?
Let me see. Oh, that's great.
I'll see if I don't know how well this is going to show up on here, but this is that there it is. His cat is sitting on his lap,
That is so
watching
cute.
on his laptop.
I can't see it.
Animals are so loyal.
I'll see if I can pull it up on my
Huh.
on,
You like
on
to
the
sit
email
and
here.
watch, right?
While we're waiting, yeah, here we go.
Oh, that's perfect.
There it is.
That is perfect.
So that's his cat watching on his iPad. It looks like.
Looks like we have the same iPad. He has a keyboard like I do too.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, that's right. Jeremy has his Yorkies that watch every week. I thought it was hilarious the video he sent me of his car first starting after his exhaust and everything. His dog just was like, as soon as it started, his dog took off. 183 thumbs ups. Guys, we're 1 minute away from drawing these wheels. So if you're trying to get in last minute entries, this is the time to do it. We got Brandon. We got White Hot Horsepower donated $50.
Wow.
That's the man.
You talk about waiting until the last minute.
Dude, so he had more work done to his car on the track the other day. That thing will it'll go. It will go. And it still needs to be, they're not done tuning it, but man, sounds good. It's insane.
It looks good.
It
It's a
looks
good looking
fantastic.
C8.
And his is lowered, and he gave me the wrenches to lower mine, so mine will be getting lowered pretty soon.
We just got another one from John, Black Rose Vet Wheel. Is he on here? He donated $10.
Thank you, sir.
20 pounds. His cat's 20 pounds.
Holy cow, that's a big cat.
That's more than Onyx.
Really?
Track speed,
Onyx is about 19 pounds, something like that, 17, 18 pounds.
they're not going to be gone forever. They're going to be on here from time to time. So it's not a goodbye. It's a see you later kind of thing.
Yeah.
A lap horse.
And you're welcome to comment. I'll reply, hopefully, on my videos.
That's true.
Which,
yeah.
again,
If you see this,
I have a new one tomorrow.
If you see this after it's live, Jason typically comments on the videos anyway.
Yep.
All right. That's it. We're done.
Ready?
Closing her up.
So we are ready. Let's flip it over to Steve here.
That's a lot of entries. Okay, so we did this. Continue.
Here it goes.
And
Here it goes.
is the winner of the E5 wheels.
Larry Anthony. Oh my God.
Okay.
Larry Anthony, are you still in here? He doesn't even have a C8.
He has a
Yeah,
06,
you better
doesn't
make
he?
sure he
He
wants
has a
these.
06, yeah.
Yeah.
Better make sure he wants
He was
these.
just in here.
I was gonna say we gotta make sure that he's good. Yeah, because if actually let me text him real quick here.
As everybody's going, please don't want him. Please don't want him.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
I removed his name in case he doesn't want them.
They would have to be like a gift to someone.
I just texted him, so if he's not in here, I'll see what he says. Well, don't go anywhere yet, guys, because he might not take these wheels, and if he doesn't, we're gonna run another. Okay, he is here. He just texted me.
Hit respin.
Not yet. We got to make sure.
No,
Yeah.
so people are
Wants to do
saying, people are saying respin.
Give them to Matt. Oh, that'd be hilarious.
No, he wants them.
Okay.
He responded to you.
Yeah.
He just texted
Yeah.
you.
I want to make sure he understands that they won't fit a Z06.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I guess it looks like he's going to take them. So, well, yeah, if that's the case, then congratulations, Larry. You won some wheels. He has I know he has a bunch of other cars. I'm sure they'll
Yeah.
fit on something, but thank you, Larry. Thank you, everybody. You guys have been awesome. This was a fantastic run up to 100 episodes. Like I said, we're going to be changing things up in the future, but it's not going to be all the time. These guys will still be sprinkled in there from time to time. So it's not goodbye. It's see you later kind of stuff. And, we're going to keep things fresh here instead of just doing the same thing over and over again. We're going to do some new things. So if you guys are interested in being on the live video in the future, shoot me an email, horsepowerobsessed@gmail.com. Let me know if you're interested in being on here in the future, and we'll set it up in a way. We'll plan it out. And, I'll give you a couple days notice, obviously, as to whether or not you'll be on. And, we'll kind of do like a, subscriber kind of thing. So if you're interested, let me know and we'll go from there. But otherwise, guys, thank you for 100 episodes. Obviously, big thanks to Jason and Steve for helping out with these 100 episodes.
It's been our pleasure.
Obviously, they're still going to be on YouTube. They're still going to be on Instagram. So you still will see them. They're not going away forever. Of course, Steve's got to get his last little thing in there.
We're not going away like Steve's car.
It didn't go away. It never came out.
Hey,
I
Steve,
told him. So real quick. So we have a friend T who has the 757 horsepower Callaway C7 Z06. I was talking to him on the phone the other day and I said, look, I hate to tell you, I know we call your car Ghost, but unfortunately you're going to need to rename your car. I'm actually going to change that name to Torchin. Is now going to be Ghost because I'm pretty sure it doesn't exist anymore. I think it died because I haven't seen it in months. So Torch is now Ghost.
For your going away, can you just start that car up? I just want to make sure it's not.
Oh, I could if I had the keys that were in there.
It's a hologram.
I think it's a cardboard.
It's not
cutout.
real.
Yeah.
It's a backdrop. It's a backdrop.
It is
exactly.
a backdrop. It's fake.
All right. All right, guys. It's been real. We're gonna shut this one down before we hit 2 hours long. It's already long enough.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, guys. It's been
Thank you,
awesome.
guys.
Thank you for all the donations. We'll see you next Monday night. At least I will. Next Monday night, same time, same place.
Good night.
See you guys.
Bye.